Good morning to Anand person here. In this video, we are seeing about the IP address concepts. IP address in a computer network concepts. In internet architecture, we have to communicate with the two computers are there. We have to communicate anywhere in the world following with a certain hardware software protocol specification, and also we have to communicate reliably when the system are all not connected by using the IP address only. So IP address isn't generally 32-bit of binary numbers. So it will be generally started with the 2.7, 2.8, 2 power 8, 6, 2.5, 2 power 4, 2 power 3, 2 power 2, 2 power 1, 2 power 0, which will be generally splitted into four parts. It will be splitted by using the dot. So the addresses will be splitted generally in two part, which is an network ID and a host ID. Totally 1616, totally in a 32 bits. So for an example, we having a 172.16.122.204. So first 8 bit, which is an first 8 bit is 172. That is an network ID, and also dot 16 also network ID. 122, that is also in host ID. 204 also host ID. While we are checking with the decimal equivalent, we have to calculate with the 128 bits. So 128 bits, we have to calculating the decimal equivalents. 128, 192, 224, 240, 248, 252, 254, and 256. While we are calculating the binary and decimal conversion, so first 2 power 7 is an 128 bit, and then 2 power 6 64 bit, 32 bit, 16 bit, 18 bit, 4 bit, 2 bit, and single bit. That is an for an example 192.5730.224 we will be having with the so first 7 bits, and then 64 bits, 32 bits, and then 8 bit calculations we have to proceed. So while we are IP address will be splitted into five classes: class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. So class D and class CE are in a reserved, class A, class B, and class C. So first 8 bit, which is in a in class A, first 8 bit is a network ID, and then remaining bits are a host ID. In class B, first 16 bits are in network ID, next 16 bits are in host ID. In a class C, first 22 bits are in network ID, remaining in a host ID. So IP addresses class will be splitted like this only. In class A, 24 bits are host ID. Class B, 16 bits are network ID, 16 bits are host ID. In class C, it is an only 8 bits are in host ID. In IP address classes, class A 24 bits for host, which means that 16 7777214 maximum host will be connected, which means that 16 lakh 214 systems we have to connected. Class B, we will be having a 65,000 of 534, and then class C we will be having a 254 maximum host will be connected. IPv4 address classes in class D and class E are in reserved classes. So class D will be beginning with the binary value triple and 0 in the first octet, and then first octet range is 224 to 239. Class D can be used to represent a group of hosts called a host group or multicasting. So for in class E, so it is an octet of IP address beginning with the four ones. It is an octet range of 242 to 55. It is reserved for an experimental purpose. IP addresses decimal numbers. Well, we are beginning with in class A, it is beginning with 0. This is decimal value is 0 to 126. Class B 128 to 191, Class C 192 to 223, Class D is a 224 to 238, Class E 240 to 255. Network ID and broadcasting address. So we will be having with the Class C. If it will be having with the binary ones to be positions in a reserved for the broadcasting address. Here we will be having 00, so that's why we are not having any broadcasting address. Private address. So while we are using the class A, we will using the private address, which is like a subnetting and subnet masking. So it is a ranges are 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. And the next thing, class B 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.235. 190 class C 192.168.0.0 192.168.255.255. Next we are seeing about the basics of subnetting. Subnetting is an it is a classful addressing. It will be used to large block of A and B. It could divide the address into several relevant groups and assign each group smaller network like a subnet. It will be rare cases we will be having with the addresses with the neighbor. The job of subnet main work is to carry a message from host to host. In this subnetting, we will be having created with the variety of reasons in like organizations, different physical mediums, preservation from address space, security. So we have to mainly used for controlling the network traffic. To creating the subnet address, a network administrator, we have to get the bits from the original host portion and design them as the subnet field. We having with the network subnet id and then host id. So next we will seeing about the subnet masking. So for applying subnet mask, it will be allows to identify the network and the host part of the address. A router will determine whether the address is local address or remote address. So network bits are marked as 1, host bit are marked as in a 0 in a binary tree representation. Generally in class A, it is subnet masking are 255.0.0.0. Class B 255.255.0.0. In class C 255.255.255.0. While we are pinging our values, so it will be give the like this values only. Then subnet masking, it will be performing with the bitwise logical and operations and IP address. The subnet mask results to be network address. Class D will be 140.179.240.200. So it will be converted into binary value and then 255 255.255.0.0, which is also to be converted into binary, and then we have calculating with the binary address, and then finally we have getting the original network address is at 140.179.0.0.0.0.0. Subnet masking, we have determined the which part of IP address is network field and which part is an host field. So it will be having with the subnet IP address in a binary form with the network ID in ones and host ID in a 0. So it is a class B network, it will be represented like this only. This is a sample performance of an IP addressing. So it will be identifying with the router. Based on that, it will be performing the operations. This is a subnet address. So before subnetting, we will be network and host. After subnetting, network, subnet, and a host. So while we are creating a subnet, we have to do the first, we have to do the end operations and IP configuration, and then we have to do the host and subnet scheme. Finally, we will be having with the private address. While we are subnetting example with the end operations, this is our operations. Next, we will seeing the IP configuration and network diagram. So in this, router will connected with the subnetwork and network. With this, we have to connected with the each others. So given we have 192.52.0.0 network host and host ID and bar 24, which is a subnet. It will be represented like this only. That's all about the subnetting and internet addressing. Thank you.